The morning had started like any other, a quiet hum of normalcy in the air. I sipped my coffee, scrolling through the news on my phone, unaware that by nightfall, my life would shift in ways I couldn't yet fathom. Emily and I had been dating for 2 years. Our relationship was solid, built on laughter, late-night conversations, and shared dreams. Yet lately, something had changed. Emily, once eager to share every part of her day, had grown distant. I blamed the long hours she had been putting in at her new job. She often talked about her work friends, Cassie, Mike, and the others from her marketing team. At first, I was happy she had found camaraderie in a demanding environment. But as time went on, their influence on her life became increasingly apparent. That evening, I was waiting for Emily at our favorite restaurant. We hadn't had much time together lately, and I was looking forward to an evening just for the two of us. But when she arrived, her face betrayed a heaviness I hadn't seen before. She avoided my gaze as she slid into the booth. "Hey," I said, smiling, hoping to lift her spirits. "You okay?" Emily fiddled with her silverware. "We need to talk," she began, her voice trembling slightly. My stomach dropped. Those 4 words never preceded anything good. "All right," I said cautiously. "What's on your mind?" She sighed deeply. "I don't think this is working anymore." "Us." The words hit me like a blow. "What? Where is this coming from?" Emily's eyes glistened, but she didn't look at me. "I've been thinking about it for a while. My priorities have shifted, and I'm just not in the same place I was when we started." I leaned forward, my voice urgent. "What does that mean, Emily? Is it something I did? Something I can fix?" She shook her head. "It's not about you. It's about me. And my work. And my friends there. They've made me see things differently. I need to focus on my career right now, and..." She paused, searching for words. "They've helped me realize I might need something different in my life." My mind raced, trying to process what she was saying. "Are you breaking up with me because of your work friends? Because they think we shouldn't be together?" Emily's silence was an answer in itself. Finally, she said, "It's not that simple. They've just helped me see that I've been holding myself back. And maybe this relationship is part of that." My heart sank. "Emily, we've built something real. Something worth fighting for. Are you sure this isn't just a phase or something else influencing you?" She looked at me then, her eyes filled with sadness. "I'm sorry. I've made up my mind." The rest of the evening was a blur. I barely tasted the food I ordered out of habit, and the walk back to my apartment felt surreal. How could everything unravel so quickly? Over the next few weeks, I tried to make sense of it all. I replayed our last conversation endlessly in my mind, searching for clues I might have missed. I stalked her social media, noticing how many new photos she posted with her work friends. They were always smiling, always at happy hours or team events, as if their bond was unbreakable. Each image felt like a dagger, a reminder of how far she had drifted from me. One night, I couldn't resist reaching out. I texted her, "I know we're done, but I need to understand. Was it really just about your work friends?" Her reply came quickly, almost as if she had been expecting it. "It's not just them. They just helped me see things more clearly." "I'm sorry," I stared at the screen, frustration bubbling inside me. How could a group of people who barely knew me have such an impact on my relationship? Months passed, and the sting of her departure dulled, but it never truly went away. I threw myself into my own work, joined a gym, and reconnected with old friends. Yet, in quiet moments, I still thought of Emily and the life we had planned together. One day, while scrolling through my social feed, I saw a photo of her with her work friends. She looked happy, but there was something in her smile that seemed different. Forced, perhaps. Or maybe that was just my imagination. Then, I noticed a comment under the photo, "You've changed so much, Em. Miss the old you." The comment was from Cassie, one of the work friends Emily often mentioned. I couldn't help but feel a twinge of vindication. Maybe, just maybe, the life she had chosen wasn't as perfect as she thought. Weeks later, out of the blue, I received a text from Emily. "Can we meet?" My heart skipped a beat. Part of me wanted to ignore her, to protect myself from reopening old wounds. But curiosity won out. We met at a coffee shop, and the moment I saw her, I knew something had shifted. She looked tired, her once bright demeanor dimmed. Her shoulders slumped, as though she carried a burden too heavy to bear alone. "Hi," she said, her voice softer than I remembered. "Hi," I replied, cautious. She took a deep breath. "I've been thinking about us. About everything. I owe you an apology." My eyebrows raised. "Okay. Go on." "I let other people's opinions cloud my judgment," she admitted. "I thought they had my best interests at heart, but I didn't listen to my own. And I hurt you in the process." I studied her face, searching for sincerity. "So, what are you saying?" "I'm saying I was wrong," she said, her voice breaking. "I miss you. And I'm so sorry for the way I ended things." A part of me wanted to pull her into my arms, to forget the pain and start over. But another part of me held back, wary of being hurt again. "Emily," I said carefully. "I appreciate your honesty. But you can't just walk in and out of my life because you're unsure of what you want. That's not fair to me." Tears welled in her eyes. "I know. And I don't expect you to forgive me right away. I needed you to know how I feel." Before I could respond, Emily's phone buzzed on the table. She glanced at it, her face falling. "It's my team," she murmured, as if the words carried the weight of chains. I shook my head. "Even now, they're pulling you away." She looked up at me, her face a mixture of guilt and regret. "I'm sorry. I don't know how to balance it all." I stood up, my heart heavy but resolute. "Then maybe it's time you figure it out. Alone." As I walked away from the coffee shop, I realized something important. I was stronger than I had been months ago. Whatever happened next, I knew I'd be okay. And for the first time in a long while, I felt at peace, but peace didn't mean closure. That night, as I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, I allowed myself to grieve. I mourned the future we had imagined, the laughter we had shared, and the love that had seemed unshakable. I thought about Emily's journey, the pull of her work life, and the pressures she faced. Perhaps, in a different time and place, we might have worked. But for now, I had to let go.